What is going on, you guys? Welcome to today's video. The day we've been all waiting for. We're putting some wheels on the Mk2. We've got my beloved Zobbers right there and the beautiful PowerTechs right over there, which more than likely these will be the wheels for this car because I think these would be too aggressive, but we still gotta put the Zobbers in the car at least once. We gotta see it. So on this side we have my PowerTechs. These are 15x8 ET25 all around. I bought these back in 2019, I want to say, back in Germany. Originally they had 205/50 winter tires on them, very thick and beefy. Now we've moved to a 185/55, so a little bit taller in the sidewall, but we have a tiny bit of stretch there that I think will look very, very good on this car. These things are classics, the good old 5-spoke design. You really can't go wrong with these things. Now, sadly, moving to the next one here, my foam I used to protect the wheels kind of like stuck itself to the lips. I'm hoping with some cleaner, all that come off. But yeah, it's just like glued on it from the pressure being stacked up. It's just kind of a mess. And then moving over here, wheels that I've had since I think 2016 maybe. Wheels that'll never leave my possession, we have the Zobbers. Originally 16x7, 16x8, now they're 16x9 all around. 2.5-inch slip in the front, 3-inch slip in the rear. And I mean, they're just beautiful. These are Miley's wheels, but Miley has the OZs on it right now, and obviously Miley's in Florida, so I think it's only right we test fit them on the Mk2. Now, I'm fairly confident these would be far too wide for this car. We did test fit on Casey's Mk2, and just being as aggressive as they are, they're 16x9 all around. The front offset's about 5 to 10, the rear's about 0, which is a lot for these cars in stock form. If I added a bunch of camber to the front and we rolled and pulled the fenders, it would probably work, but we're not gonna do all that. This is just a simple, fun test fit. Adapters are in the back, I'm ready to go. Oh, they're gonna look so good. All right, so the plan is gonna be PowerTech on the driver's side, Zobbers on the passenger side, and we'll see what we like. Personally, with the car being stock height still, I think the PowerTech will look perfect on the car as it is, but of course, again, we have to test fit the Zobbers on the car. Like, it has to happen. All right, before we get started, give you guys one last look with the Mk2 on the stock wheels, which honestly, I don't think look bad, and I think this car lowered on these wheels with some spacers would be dope, but we got more exciting things coming. Making wheels work. Pain in the ass. All right, my friends, the wheels are on and both sides look so good. I think wheels alone do the biggest change for a car possible, aside from paint, accessories in the car. Wheels, I think, make the biggest difference in how a car looks, and this thing looks night and day difference. Like, look at this. So this is the PowerTech side. So good. It actually might be a little bit too aggressive with this tire size, but it might also be okay. But like I said, on this side of the car, with it still being stock height, the PowerTechs look good. Even the car not being lowered, this is awesome. We still want to lower the car for sure, but this looks really good. Now, the only thing kind of sucks is now I can see how hideous my brakes look back there, but that's for a later date. But there's side one. PowerTechs, and it's looking so good. Again, 15x8 ET25 all around, no spacers at all, just exactly how it sits, and a 185/55 15 tire. Now, let me show you the stance boy side. my goodness, look at that. Now, same thing as Casey's Mark II, they're way too wide. Way too wide. The front's close, but the rear's like, look at this. That's no good. That's no good into the Fitment. That's way too wide. Could this be made to work with a lot of camber, a lot of fender rolling, and fender pulling? Probably, but it's not worth it. It's cool to see on the car for sure, because the Zobbers just look so good on this thing. Absolute beauties. But sadly, just too aggressive. If these were like 10 mil less in the front and the rear, I think it'd be good. But just take it in. Oh, the Zobbers look so good. Ultimately though, I have another set of wheels I think I showed on the channel once before that will later on be for this car once they're done. But for right now, I think the PowerTech suit it very nicely. Just an old school classic look. Yeah, that's real nice. The Zobbers are so good. Man, like I said, less aggressive specs, they would work, but it's too much. It's too much, and I'm not going through the house and I'm making fit to this car. It's not worth it. Like I said, I have wheels that will go on this car that are actually gonna match kind of the wheels on Miley currently, the 3-spokes, and that gives you any idea. But the Zobbers are pretty good. Just too much though. Also, like I said earlier, the PowerTechs actually fit a bit more aggressive than I was expecting. It's just because the Mark II is much narrower than the Mark III, and I was judging these off how they fit on Miley versus how they fit on this car, which at this tire size we have currently, we can come down to probably like here, give or take, before we start rubbing into the flare itself. So if we keep this tire size to 185/55, we can come down probably a solid 2 inches all around before we run into any type of rubbing issue. But if I want to go like low and kind of stancy, we'd have to swap to like a 195/45, I think. That'd give us more stretch, smaller sidewall, and we can bring the car down a lot more. But I don't know how low I want this car. I just want to look nice, you know, a little bit of a drop, some nice wheels, and it'll be a nice cruiser. Overall though, I think the PowerTechs look dope, and I think they fit this car perfectly. We can probably come down about 2 inches, maybe 1.5 inches on the current tire size, and have the car just looking right at home. If I want to lower later on, we can go to like a 195/40, 195/45, drop the car even further, and then go from there. But I think as it currently sits, even stock height, the PowerTechs are just like a good fit. Just an OG classic looking wheel. Good fit. We got Mark II, Mark III, and Mark IV. All right, so the plan now, we're gonna pull 2 Zobbers off, put the other 2 PowerTechs on, the car's complete. I'm gonna go through, wipe the wheels down, get all the annoying foam that's stuck to the lip, hopefully off, and then we get some nice cinematic shots of the car complete. Wait a second. One last look before it's gone. Oh, they're so good. Love the PowerTechs, but the Zobbers, the polished lip, oh, so good. So good. Before you say get smaller adapters, I have the smallest adapters possible already from 4100 to 5114. So a smaller adapter isn't possible. It's just, it's not meant to be. I mean, it could be meant to be with a lot of camber, but I don't want to do that to this car. I will say the front with like -2, I think would be okay. It looks aggressive from here, but from the top side, that's where our fender's at. Honestly, the front with like -1.5, 2, I think the front would be okay. It's just the rear. The rear is so wide, like there's no chance. Not without like -5, 6, and I'm not doing that to this car. But if we did like -2 and then rolled and pulled the fenders or like G60 flares, it could, nope. It could work, no. Now, hear me out, maybe later on we can go through, get some bigger flares, roll and pull the fenders, add a little camber, and make the Zobbers work. But right now, no. Right now, no. Later, maybe, but right now, PowerTechs. Okay, this is the final look. Take it all in. Could you imagine this car bagged on the Zobbers? Ooh. Oh, it'd be so good. Okay, I gotta stop. I gotta stop. First try. right, that is it. The power techs are officially on the Mark II. Leave some comments down below. What do you think? Honestly, I think the wheel is very classic. It's an OG design, the 5-spoke. It fits the Mark II perfectly. And again, it's stock height with the bigger tires. It looks really good just kind of as is. And I'm digging it. I mean, look at this thing. She looks good. And today is currently Saturday, but when this video goes up, it'll be Sunday. Officially 2 weeks since we brought the little Jetta home. And this car has come so far in 2 weeks. No more oil leaks. Slight coolant leak, but that's kind of not my fault. I didn't know the radiator was bad, but it is what it is. But the car runs, drives, trim painted, cleaned up, new badge in the back, no more cracked taillight, new wheels. I mean, this thing for 300 bucks has been one of the best buys of all time. This car is so cool, it looks great. I love it. People have been asking me, is it a flip car? Is it a keep car? At this point, honestly, I still don't know. I wish it was a manual, but again, I can always swap this car down the line. Not the biggest deal, but honestly, so far, I'm just enjoying the car, having fun with it. Maybe later on, it'll be a flip car if I find one that's possibly cleaner. Who knows? But I like that I saved this car, brought it back to life, made it look good again, get some wheels on it. I don't know. Right now, I'm just enjoying the car, so I don't know if I'm going to sell it, keep it. Really no clue. Just the current moment, just enjoying the car, having fun with it. It's fun. I'm having a great time working this car. It's a new platform I haven't really worked on too much. And again, just enjoying it. And I can't get over how nice she's looking. I got amber lights for the bumper coming very soon. We got to lower the car down a little bit. I have my wood steering wheel for the inside. Simple, clean, a little bit of OEM plus. Yeah, I'm digging this car. Now, one of my thoughts for this car, we leave the 1.8, we leave the auto trans, we just cruise out as it is, do cosmetic stuff, make sure the car runs properly currently, and just let it be for now. Then later on, the 3.6 goes into Miley, we put Miley's 12 valve into this car. And the engine's proven, it's good to go, it needs nothing, it would just be out and in. So, that's also an option for this car. 12 valve VR6 and little Mark II, I think would be dope, but we'll see what happens. You know, honestly, this car has no business looking this good at stock height. Like, it just works. Obviously, we want it lower, but like the current height just works. Only thing that sucks, the styrofoam that's still stuck to this wheel. I'm not sure what to use. I got like most of the big chunks off, but now it's just that last sort of like layer that's kind of like just stuck to it. I'm not sure exactly what to use to get that off, but then also not damage the paint or the clear coat on the wheel. Something to kind of like dissolve. I mean, honestly, a pressure washer might work the best, which I don't have for the current moment, but I think a pressure washer would be my first guess to start with. Or maybe some wheel cleaner might dissolve it a little bit. We'll have to see, but that's makes me kind of sad. I keep saying it, but this thing looks so good now. It's honestly crazy how much wheels change the entire car. I think wheels above pretty much anything else you can do to a car changes the look the most. Like this thing looked good before on the stock wheels, but now it's on the power techs, and these aren't even like super fancy wheels, but girl, look at that. She's just a beauty. But with that, we'll end the video here. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Do not forget, be thankful for every single day. We'll see you guys next time. Ooh. Look at that. It's so good. Peace.